In a moment, we're going to show you how to do good pre-flight inspection, which is something we do before every flight, just like we pull the airplane out of the hangar now with the tow bar. Pre-flight, while at first it's going to seem like an awful lot to do before every flight, it's very important and something that we don't neglect, and we don't make it into a rote ritual. I knew one pilot once who went through the motions of looking into the gas tanks to verify that he had fuel. And he got in the airplane, started it up, and taxied out, and noticed that the gauges were on empty, and the tanks were actually empty. He had used just the action of taking the cap off and looking in the tank as verifying that he had sufficient fuel for the flight. In cold weather, dressed properly for the pre-flight, it's just as important to be thorough on a blustery winter day as it is on a 70-degree day in the springtime. You don't want to rush through just because it's chilly outdoors. The pre-flight will be more enjoyable if you consider it as part of flying. What's the purpose of the pitot tube and the static vents and the stall warning vane? If you think about what the pitot tube does, provide information for airspeed indication, you won't likely leave the cover on. Think about the flying surfaces and what they do as you inspect the airplane. When looking at the landing gear, imagine how it reacts when you make a perfect landing, or when you make a not so perfect landing, as some of us are prone to do from time to time. When looking at the windshield and windows, consider how important they are to the business of seeing and avoiding other traffic, and make sure they're clean and clear. If you make each pre-flight thinking session about each piece of the airplane as you go along, it becomes an enjoyable experience. Even on the coldest of days, like today, just be sure and wear your woolly bully coat.